Isang maganda at mapagpalang hapon po sa ating lahat. Sadyang naging kakaiba ang nagdaang taong panuruan para sa mga guro, magulang at lalo't higit sa mga mag-aaral na puno ng iba't ibang karanasan ang bawat isa. Dulot ng bagong normal na pag-aaral dahil sa pandemya. Kaya naman, ang ating pagtatapos sa taong ito ay muling isasagawa sa sadyang kakaiba sa dati nating nakagisnan na paraan ng programa. Sa pagkakataong ito, ang ating programa ay sa pamamagitan ng virtual presentation. Sama-sama nating tunghayan ang araw ng pagtatapos 2021 ng mababang paaralan ng Padre Burgos Central. Bilang pagbubukas ng palatuntunan, pakinggan po natin si Dirk Sandre Pacha, batang may karangalan, upang pangunahan ang isang panalangin na susundan naman ng pambansang awit at himno ng Padre Burgos sa pamamagitan ng video presentation.
Ama namin sa langit, dakilang may likha, pinupuri po namin inyong kaluwalhatian. Ang aming mga puso ay puno ng pasasalamat sa inyo sa lahat ng inyong ipinagkaloob sa amin. Tunay po na ikaw ay mapagmahal namin, Ama. Salamat, Panginoon, sa pagtatapos ng isa na namang taon sa pag-aaral. Hindi po naging madali sa amin, sa aming mga magulang, mga guro, at sa lahat ang taong ito. Marami po kami mga pasubok na hinarap. Ngunit, napagtagumpayan po namin lahat ito dahil sa iyo, mahal na Ama. Salamat sa pagkakataon na magkapag-aral. Nadagdagan ang aming kaalaman. Nahubog po ang aming mga kasanayan at pag-uugali sa kabila na hinaharap na pandemya at mga problemang dulot nito. Salamat sa kaligtasan sa buong taon. Salamat sa iyong patuloy na paggabay sa mga guro, prinsipal at lahat ng kawani na kagawaran ng edukasyon na nagsakripisyo at naghanap ng paraan upang maipagpatuloy ang paghatid sa amin ng kaalaman. Naway patuloy mo silang turuan sa mga tamang tatahakin tungo sa ikabubuti ng lahat ng mga mag-aaral. Salamat sa proteksyon sa aming mga magulang na naghirap at nagtiis, mapagsabay lamang ang paghahanap buhay at pagiging learning facilitator namin sa bahay. Salamat, Ama, sa iyong pag-aantabay sa amin. Taos-puso po kami humihingi ng tawad sa lahat ng aming mga kasalanan. Sa pagtatapos namin sa elementarya, dalangin namin sa iyong Panginoon na patuloy niyo po kaming bigyan ng tapang at sapat na lakas upang harapin at malampasan ang mga darating pang pagsubok sa buhay at sa pag-aaral. Gawin niyo po kaming instrumento upang ang inyong dakilang pag-ibig ay maranasan ng iba dito sa lupa. Ang lahat mo ito ay aming idinadalangin sa ngalan ng inyong anak na si Jesus. Amen.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded. In addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning, and you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many, many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student, because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work, because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because we are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
My warmest congratulations to the graduates of Batch 2021. Today marks another milestone in your lifelong journey in achieving your dreams and successes in life. Finishing your basic education in the midst of pandemic was quite challenging. The shift from the normal to the current situation was a complete change for all of us. The process of keeping abreast with the latest trends in education was not easy, but you did your best in dealing with the challenges of the new normal. This year's graduation theme strengthening the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic, highlights DepEd's commitment to provide inclusive and quality education while ensuring the safety of the teachers and learners from the health risks of COVID-19. My dear graduates, you have proven your resilience by braving the threats of the global health crisis in furtherance of useful and productive learning. I congratulate you for your courage and genuine commitment to contribute to nation building by continuously improving your skills and competence through quality basic education. To the champions of education, the tireless teachers, generous stakeholders, and loving parents, this occasion marks another unmistakable example that everything is possible when we unite and pool our resources together. I sincerely thank you for your commitment and inspiration in exploring the most sustainable ways of supporting the learning continuity of our learners in the face of COVID-19 pandemic. Dear graduates, the road ahead is full of uncertainties. Press forward. Let your dreams and aspirations be your guide toward achieving the fullest potentials and building a strong nation for the Filipino youth. Once again, congratulations and Godspeed.
To the class of 2021, let me start by saying I am very proud of you. You are epic. It has been a tough year, but you persevered. You have shown unprecedented resilience in these pandemic times. Overnight, COVID-19 has turned our world upside down, inside out, especially in education. From face-to-face classes, we shifted to remote learning through printed modules, learning activity sheets, audio-video lessons, radio-based instruction, and the use of digital platforms. Your life as a student had been made more challenging during the pandemic, and you may be disappointed about not having an in-person and formal graduation, but for certain, you will have the most unique stories to tell in the future about studying and graduating during the great pandemic of 2020-2021. This class will be famous in the history of the Department of Education. To our school leaders and teachers, I know that when you decided to become an educator, you couldn't have anticipated upending your years of training for face-to-face classes to making audio, video, and radio-based lessons, crafting learning activity sheets, printing and sorting modules, and totally reinventing the teaching practices you've learned and honed. It must have been difficult for you navigating this abrupt transition to an uncharted territory, and yet you sailed on with grit. You have gone to incredible lengths for education to continue. Thank you for going above and beyond your call of duty. To the parents and guardians of our learners, we know you have had your share of challenges in this new normal. While making sure you're able to put food in your table, you also took a new role as your children's learning facilitators. That is not easy, but you face it with dedication and strength. I admire that dedication, and I am grateful of your commitment and support. May I also thank all our educational partners. We would not have been able to sustain the delivery of instruction without your commitment and ongoing support. I am very appreciative of the tremendous contribution you gave to our basic education learning continuity plan. I believe there is always something to learn from everything that happens. If there is one lesson we can take away from this unique school year, it is that together we have responded to this challenge to the best of our ability and in the best interest of our learners, and this is what makes us all winners. God's blessings have been our strength throughout this school year. Congratulations, Abante, Southern Leyte.
For the past 10 months, Padre Burgos Central School have been struggling at the current educational challenges. However, we were able to overcome those problems and challenges triumphantly. School year 2020-2021 is one of a kind year since the learners were deprived from the usual face-to-face learning with their teachers and be able to unite with their classmates and friends. But, despite the situation, learning continues. Department of Education, from the central office down to the school level, moved heaven and earth just to provide learners the quality education they deserve amidst pandemic. My salute to all Padre Burgos Central School teachers and staff who devotedly work even beyond working hours just to do the printing, sorting, and binding of self-learning modules, and even checking and rechecking of it. Since MOE is insufficient, teachers may even spend money from their own pockets just to be able to provide them with the self-learning modules. To our provincial, municipal, and barangay LGUs, our profound gratitude for the financial assistance through the Special Education Fund, and to our stakeholders for your donations for the reproduction of modules. To our beloved parents for your patience and sacrifices, thank you. You acted as our learning facilitators for the past 10 months. To our bosses, our learners, for your positivity, resiliency, and enthusiasm, and interest to learn in the new normal through any platforms. Above all, to our God Almighty, for protecting us and giving us wisdom and strength. My warm congratulations to the class of 2020-2021, kindergarten, grade 6, and ALS completers. Mabuhay and more power to all of us.
Sa bahaging ito, ating pakinggan si Ginang Maria Teresa A. Dimiterio, Master Teacher 2, Tagapangulo ng Komite sa pagpili ng mga batang may karangalan upang ipagtibay ang parangal na igagawad sa mga mag-aaral na nakakuha ng may karangalan.
Pagkatapos ng masusing pagsisiyasat ng mga kasapi ng komite ng pagpili ng mga batang may karangalan, tuwirang inihahayag ng mababang paaralan ng Padre Burgos Central ang 23 mga batang nagkamit ng karangalan. Narito ang ating principal na si Ginang Joy Goff upang ihayag at ipagkaloob ang akademikong karangalan.
Sa rekomendasyon ng Komite sa Pagpili ng Karangalan ng mga magsisipagtapos at inaprubahan ng sangay ng tagapamanihala ng mga paaralan, Dr. Janice S. Morales, CESO 5, sa pamamagitan nito, ako ay nagpapatibay ng karangalan ng mga mag-aaral na magsisipagtapos ng baitang 6 ng mababang paaralan ng Padre Burgos Central, Purok ng Padre Burgos sa taong panuruan 2020 hanggang 2021. May mataas na karangalan. Exclamado Jasmine B. May mataas na karangalan. Isles Marlon J. M. May karangalan. Abig Hart U. Adaong Asnea E. Aguelo Quenny A. Angelo Charles Adrian S. Arias Lizette M. Barcelon MJ Catriz M. Batistil Dieter P. Bernales Erica Shane M. Boniel Jude Anthony K. Boitigel Vance Julian P. Katig Althea E. Colon E.J. Bryle. Gaviola Karil Shine P. Godenis Richard E. Madera Zeni Thea J. Montevirgin Kid Cyril B. Pacha Dirk Sandre L. Radok Janea R. Sabandal Frain Ann L. Tan Justine Jovin John S. Zabala Angel Halley S.
Bilang gurong tagapayo ng mga mag-aaral na magsisipagtapos sa ika-6 na baitang Dilaw, ikinagagalang ko pong ipagkaloob ang kanilang katibayan ng pagtatapos.
Bilang guro ng mga mag-aaral na magsisipagtapos sa ika-6 na baitang pula, malugod ko pong ipagkaloob ang kanilang katibayan ng pagtatapos.
sama-sama po nating panoorin at damhin ang saloobin ng mag-aaral na nagkamit ng may mataas na karangalan na si Marlon J. Islas sa kanyang talumpati ng pasasalamat.
Ayon sa nakasaad sa tema ng araw ng pagtatapos, kalidad ng edukasyon lalong paigtingin sa gitna ng pandemya. Sadyang ngang pinaigting ng mga mahuhusay na guro ang kalidad ng edukasyon ngayon. Dahil hindi lamang uminog ang pag-aaral namin sa module, bagkus ay hinainan kami ng iba't ibang estratehiya upang matugunan ang naghihikahos naming isipan. Virtual class, video lessons, voice-recorded lessons, virtual reading activities, ay ilan lamang sa mga pinagsikapan ng mga dakilang guro na matugunan at maisakatuparan ang edukasyon na may kalidad sa gitna ng pandemya. Sa mga magulang, learning facilitators, mga guro, at lalong-lalo na sa aking dakilang ina na si Mama Rose, na naging katadim ko sa lahat ng mga gawaing pampaaralan mula sa kaibuturan ng aking puso. Maraming salamat po sa mga sakripisyo at pagtsatsaga. At siyempre, sa aking Tatay Marlon, maraming salamat po sa walang maliw na pagmamahal at suporta. Saludo po ako sa inyo. Ang hawak-hawak ko po ngayon na diploma at itong medalya ay tanda ng sukli ng inyong kadakilaan na babaunin ko saan man ako makarating sa inog ng buhay.
Mangako ng katapatan. Buong puso akong nangangako na mamahalin ko ang aking paaralang pinagtapusan, ang paaralang elementarya ng Padre Burgos Central. Matapat kong isasagawa ang mga dakilang mithiin nito at sisikapin kong mabuhay ng marami upang sa paglingkod sa dakilang may kapal sa aking bayan at kapwa-tao.
Ang mababang paaralan ng Padre Burgos Central ay taus-pusong nagpapasalamat sa mga magulang, guro, tagatulong ng pagkatuto, opisyales ng munisipalidad ng Padre Burgos, opisyales ng Barangay Poblasyon, Barangay Santa Sofia at Barangay Buenavista, pati na rin ang mga pribadong sektor na nakiisa at walang humpay na sumuporta at gumugol ng panahon at oras upang maisakatuparan at mapagtagumpayan ang mithiing mabigyan ng magandang kinabukasan ang mga mag-aaral. Ang buong taon ng ating pagsasama ay naging makulay at makabuluhan sa kabila ng krisis ng pandemyang ating naranasan.